Alright, this is David from Redneck Garage. This is the top we're going to be installing today. It's the Rampage products that I bought from fourwheeldrive.com, and it was $639.99. It was free shipping, so that was pretty good. I bought mine in Spice because that was the original color I had on my Jeep. This is part number 68117. Alright, there's some of the parts. That's the inner bow assembly for it. That's the side assembly that goes on the side of the windshield frame. Jennifer's holding the windshield clips that go on the front. We got to mount that. And then we've got our bars that I have painted the little bed liner on the top, and they go right there. And then we've got our two clips for the back and then two clips over here. So I'm going to go ahead and get the camera set up, and we'll watch putting it together. Okay, so the first thing we're doing is putting on our side rails. The nuts are very similar. If you had a soft top before, this is the Rampage kit. It comes with all hardware, not just the some hardware, not a replacement top, but the whole shoot and match. So you got everything to install it. This one just had a bikini top when I bought the truck. Okay, then we got to put our back corners on. Basically the same fasteners. And then there's our two rear tailgate latches that go into the holes that are already there. So I'm going to go ahead, and this side's done. I'm going to go on the other side. Alright, so I got the windshield channel put on, going across. All the screws tapped and put in. That's awesome. So we're about ready to start the back side of it. Alright, so we got the side window channels put on too. You just drill 1/8 inch holes in the metal tapping screws, go right in, and it hides it on the outside, so that looks awesome. So we got both of those on the side. So the next thing to do is to assemble the bow system. And you've got two, these right here are your connectors. These right here are your connectors, and they connect your bows all together there. So we're going to put that together. Okay, so we got the frame on. It's on, it looks great. It's locked in the top and the bottom on both sides. There's that. Awesome. So we're going to get the top, I believe at this point. I'm going to grab the instructions and look, but I believe we start putting the top on it now. That looks really good. So that's the top frame. Looks good. That'll be it. Go ahead and grab that side over there, baby. That's it. The front.
Oh, I see. It's coming
all we can do is let it stretch a little bit. Because, I mean, it should stretch where it should be using it. Because everything's right. Right? Because, I mean, hell, it's tight side to side where let's just let it get good and warm tomorrow in the sun and let it stretch overnight. Yeah? Okay, so that's it for Saturday. We got the top on, the Rampage top, and I will say this, that it sure is tight. I mean, I'm hoping tomorrow it'll stretch out a little bit in the sun, but I mean, trying to get the rear bows on that thing was a chore. So I wasn't super happy with that. And one of the zippers is busted, the keeper that keeps it on there. The zipper itself isn't broken, but the little clip that goes on the back side, bottom of it, which they probably can just send me another one. That doesn't look like it's that big a deal, but I am a little concerned on how tight the top is. I've put on a bunch of tops on Jeeps, and that one's one of the tightest that I've had. And the way that they have a bow system, the bows that tighten up in the back, it really cranks down on it, and it's as far in as I can get it. So we'll see on that. The Fender Flares, I started working on those, and the bedliner turned out awesome. So that's going to be it for today. Tomorrow we're going to try to get the rest of the Fender Flares on, and I'll probably go ahead and install the side windows and the rear windows for the inclement weather, and then I can start working on the interior. But dashboard's in. I think it looks pretty good. David from Redneck Garage, keep turning wrenches. Okay, so it's Sunday here at the Redneck Garage. I started putting on one of the Fender Flares. They look awesome. It's a kind of a pain to get up in that fender well to get to the back of the bolts, but these are going to look really nice, I think. Awesome. Top is on. I'm waiting for it to stretch out a little bit. I think in the warm air it's actually stretching a little bit. Yesterday it was so stinking tight, man. I could barely get that last bar to go in. So that's one of the things I'd say about this top, is that once you get it stretched in, you got to let it stretch a little bit, because it was, man, I'm telling you, I thought it was crazy. Now I've put a little more tension on these. These are your tension rods right here on the side, and I've put a little extra tension on them as it's gone to stretch it a little more. See, end should be, yeah, there we go. That should be the least amount of tension, and it should feel a little loose, but I'm telling you, even at the lowest tension, it is tight, and it makes it difficult to snap these snaps on the top. But I'm thinking that it's going to loosen up here in a little bit. There's the new sound bar. I've got to put a couple screws in it and do the wiring. This is the factory wiring that comes from the radio, and it's hooked up down there. So that should be really cool, ready to go. I went back over all the instructions last night just to make sure that everything was correct and the way it should be, and it is. I mean, it's just tight. This thing is super tight. This Rampage top has two little storage pockets up here, I guess for your registration, or who knows. I don't know, when you open the top it's going to crunch it up. But maybe sunglasses. And then you got your buttons here that actually snap there. So I know that it's in the right spots. It's just, I'm telling you, that thing is tight. Dashboard's in, looking good. I haven't put anything else back in it yet. Got to hook up the speakers, put the radio in, all that garbage. So anyway, that's kind of what's on our plate today, is to get the rest of this top in. The only disappointment that I've really had, I'm looking at this. This is your zipper stop right here, where it keeps this zipper from coming off. And on the passenger side, that piece is missing. So I've got the zipper, but when I take that piece off, then this is just going to be loose, and you can't lose it. So, not that happy about that portion of it. I'm going to contact customer service with Rampage and see if there's anything they can do about that, because I mean, you know, gotta be something, I reckon. But anyway, it looks great. Got the roll bar padding on. So that's kind of what I'm going to be working on today. Make sure that we get it tightened up as far as for the rain coming in. And then I can do the windshield wipers. Alright, so there's the top installed. You can see where the broken zipper clip is. I'm going to have to get a hold of Rampage tomorrow. It looks like they're not too hard to replace. You go at the very end and it slips in at that little angle, evidently, on the other one, on the other side. So I'll get that. The back looks good. It's got this little tailgate thing up in my bob. And the door frames need to still be adjusted. But it's about to rain, and we got the top on, and that was our goal this weekend. If I were to rate this top, I would rate it maybe a 4 out of 10 just for the ease of installation. It's still super tight and doesn't operate exactly like I think it should. But, you know, whatever. And I still have to adjust all the doors. I don't have the inner door panels on, so that makes it a little more difficult. But that's okay. It doesn't have the inner panels on the doors, so those are just sitting there for right now. That is our Fender Flare. There'll be another video on the rest of that, but those are going to look smoking good, the Fender Flares. And that's what I was kind of talking about yesterday when I said the bumper ends and the Fender Flares. Having a little bit longer bumper actually looks pretty good with the Fender Flares on it. Now, it's not tightened down or anything by any means, so that gap will come in once I get the rest of the bolts on it. But it's getting there, man, let me tell you. I was 100% completely frustrated with this top, and we'll see how it comes out after it sat on there for a few days and loosened up. But I wasn't able to snap these snaps on the top because it was so tight. It's loosening up a little bit, but it's still tight as a tick, man, as far as being able to snap anything. I don't know. Sides look good once you get the zipper that's broke. This Jeep has worn me out for the past couple days, but it's looking really nice. And I still have to find my Jeep letters for this side. I put the one side on, and I haven't been able to find the other side, so what the heck. So here comes the rain. And there's the Jeep. And it's got a top on it. So that's awesome. It almost looks finished the way it's sitting right there, but I still got quite a bit of little piddly stuff to do. Rear shocks, rest of the Fender Flares. I got to get a long 1/4-inch extension because it's hard to drill those holes with a short one. But other than that, man, it's looking really good. But anyway, it's starting to look like a real Jeep again. David from Redneck Garage, keep turning those wrenches.